Mastering English in Daily Life. I am Sahil, your host for today, and I am really happy to see all of you here. Our goal of this session is very simple to improve our English naturally by talking, sharing ideas, and learning from each other. Let's begin with some fellow participants who have registered. The questions is already in the chat box. You can see it's the message is pinned to everyone, so you can pin. You can see the pinned message, and those who have not registered, register for the grooming session. So we are going to be begin it. So let's start with the first person. Let me see who is it, who have registered it. It's Rohit. Is Rohit is there? Okay. Is Darshini is there? Darshini. Okay. Ramya, Gurbani.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay. So how are you?
I'm doing good. What about you, sir? And yep, thanks for asking.
Okay, I am also good. Thank you for you too for asking. So
Sir, actually, okay, sorry for interruption, but your voice is a bit low.
okay, so now how it is? Am I audible to you?
Yes, now it is good.
Okay. So you know about the question that are already texted on the group.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
let's
sir. I
begin with.
know the question.
Okay, so you have 4 minutes to answer all this question. Let's start with first question.
Okay, sir. Shall I start?
Yes, yes, you may start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Hello, very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gurbani, and today's grooming session is about English language. So, my first question is do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? So, in my opinion, learning grammar is important. Oh, sorry. Like, grammar is important for learning English uh, because whenever we have to describe the scenario like it is past, present, or it is the scenario of a future, then we have to come with the knowledge of grammar, at least basic grammar like tense or voice narration. So for explaining the views and like time, so it is important. I would love to share you one example. So yes, if we have to describe a history or any past event, then we have to like follow the past tense, like past indefinite or something. Like we have to tell the battle of Buxar or Buxar Palasi or anything, then we have to knowledge about the tense. So through tenses we can describe it easily. So in this way we have like to have aware of the basic rules of grammar for learning English. Yes, this is the my first answer for first question. Now I move forward for second question. How do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? To be honest, in my area or in my friend circle, there are no many people. I have a very small circle, so I don't do this practice for speaking English with anyone. But yes, still there is a one friend named Anmolpreet. So whenever we talk or she is doing something, in English, or she also practice that English language. So whenever we have a call, then we try to speak in English or describe our day in English. So whenever I talk her, then I use English. Otherwise, my circle is a bit small. Or yes, I'm basically from Punjabi background. So in my house, everyone speak Punjabi. So yep, I'm done with my second question. And for third question, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting and why? Yes, yes. Earlier, like I scrolled that app, Pinterest, and accidentally I found a picture. Like the picture was so cute. There was two, like peas, or there was one petal, like above the piece. So I found like that picture is so cute. Okay, and after some time, my sister eating some nuts, or in her like in her nuts packet there is two similar balls, or I found it very cute. So then I again come for to that app Pinterest, and then I scroll that one picture, and I found like actually this is related to one idiom, or the idiom is be like uh, peas into pot, two peas into pot. So it means the persons or the things that have similar qualities or very similar to each other. So in this way I find it cute, or bit productive for me. The thing or the fact is really productive for me. Or after that, what I did, I scrolled again and again. When we go through the Pinterest and when we get something and when we scroll that one picture, then we get again and again the similar idiom or the similar phrases. So that one was the very, cute or something good for me. So nowadays, whenever I am free, then I scroll that one thing, or I get new things, new words. So it is good. Uh, yes, sir. I'm done with my three questions. Thanks a lot for giving me chance.
Thank you, Gurbani, for participate in this grooming session, and you have explained all the question very well. The first question in which you have mentioned about like why grammar is important, what is the importance of grammar, and what is the importance of tenses in grammar. Without tenses, you cannot form the sentence correctly. You mentioned about the past tense, and in the second question, that was also you explained very well. That was about how you learn English other than group session. I would suggest you that expand your circle so that you have more people who would have knowledge of this language, and you will keep interacting with them and improve your communication skills. And the last one is about the idiom that that I couldn't be able to listen because of network issue. But that what I have found that you have shared with you, like the meaning of the idiom was similar. So can you please again tell me what is the idiom exactly?
Yes, sir. The idiom is be like two pots, two peas in pot. It is be like, actually still I have the
Okay, it
picture
means
of.
two peas in a boat.
Yes,
Okay,
that one.
okay, so that idiom means similar. Two things are similar. Okay, so you can when you give idioms, when you have to be share idiom, then I would request to everyone, then please use that idiom in a sentence. It's like there is one idiom like piece of cake. It means something very easy. For example, uh, this grooming session to share opinion on this grooming session is a piece of cake. So you have to be share the idioms in that way. So it would be very interesting. Thank you for Gurbani to participate. Let's see who is the next participant. And if anybody want to be participate, then raise their hand and let me know.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, you
Yes,
are
you
audible.
are audible.
Next, I have to be take the name of the first that those who have registered. Darshani is there. Darshani.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, okay. So you know about how are you, Darshani?
Yeah, I'm good. And what about you?
I am doing well. So you have seen our session before. You know about the questions.
Yes, I know about the question.
Okay, so you may start. You have 5 minutes, and you have to be answer all the question.
Okay,
So now you may start.
okay. Okay, the first question is grammar is important for learning English and why? Okay. Yes, grammar is very important to learn English language because grammar is a root of to learn English. It's a help to you when you are talking with a grammar, the correct grammar. It become your words clear and it's not clear and it's not make confused to people, easily understandable. And then it's represented time also like. If I'm talking about present means I can talk sometimes. Yeah, grammar it's important to learn. For example, like I say my friend good, so it makes sense, it's not make sense, but instead of I said like my friend is good, so I add the verb here is, so it makes sense. So before what I did, my friend it's good. So it's not make sense. The second one it makes sense because I add the grammar here. So the grammar help to you clear speak and understandable what you are talking. The opponent, your opponent easily understand, and it help to you make the structure in correct format. Yeah. Now I will move on the second question. Second question is, how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? Is I usually practice with my friends. I have a environment to practice to learn this language because whenever I go to college, I can talk with my friends as well my teachers, and in my hostel also I could talk with my roommates. We each other sharing knowledge like storytelling, or else we share our routines, what I did from the morning. Yeah, this way I practicing out of the room session. Now I will move on the third question. Can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting and why? So the one idiom I learned lots of, but the interesting I like it. Water under the bridge. That means you forgotten past issue, like a past bad moment. So this idiom I really like it. Why I like it? Because like we in our past we have both like good and bad memories. If you take the good thing, it become good memorable, but if you take the bad memories in the present, it not help to you. It make you like you going to you will go to depression if you take your past moment in the present. So that's why I like it, the because of I like it that idiom, water under the bridge. Yeah, I have done with my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshini. You have given the wonderful answers of all the questions. In the first question, you mentioned about that why grammar is important by saying that it is the root. It is the
Speak
root
louder,
from
Sahil.
it is the root from where the journey of English starts, and it not make the people confused when you use the correct sentence, and the sentence should be in a correct state of manner of the tenses. And in the next question, you have mentioned about that you will discuss the routines with your friends. That what I really like about it. This will improve your English by actually practice at the uh, with your practice partners, with your friends in hostels uh, and with your other friends. And the idiom you have mentioned, it was great. I, it was, the idiom that you had mentioned, it was about like water under the bridge. So when you it means that we forget our past things. So I just wanted to be say that whenever you give idiom, use that idiom in a sentence and form a sentence out of it, that idiom. For example, if I have to be use this idiom, water under the bridge, it's like that. We used to fight a lot in a school, but it's water under the bridge today. It means we forget our past days of fighting in a school, and now we move forward and we forget the past. So thank you, Darshini, for the participation. Mm, so
Thank
let's thank you. So let's see who is next participants. Uh, it's Ramya. Ramya is there.
Yes, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ramya. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Great. So do you know about the questions?
Yes,
Okay, so let's start.
thank you. Okay, the first topic is, do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? I believe that yes, grammar is important for learning because it helps us to structure our sentence in a accurate and correct way, and it also help others to comprehend it clearly, because if we make the sentence in improper way, so other it can convey a message in a different way, or the message can be go or can be misunderstood. So when we use grammar accurately, it help others to understand properly, and it conveys our message in a right way and what we want to say, so people can understand. And it's not about lexicon and all. It's about, even if you are using very simple word, but if you are using in a right and right order or in the right manner, so people will comprehend it properly. Now I will move to the next topic, which is um, how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? So out of the group sessions, I practice English. There's no any one certain or particular way I practice. There are different ways. I mean, if I'm doing something or if I read something, then I try to summarize it. I try to explain it. If I'm watching any videos, then in the last I try to include in my own words. Or sometimes if I'm overwhelmed with my thoughts, so instead of trying to, I always record myself that what I'm feeling right now. So instead of explaining myself in Hindi, I try to explain it in English. So it helps me to express my emotions, and also it helps me to practice English. So there's no any one particular way, I would say. I try different things, different method, whatever I feel like to do. I believe that it should be, uh, we shouldn't take it English as a subject or something, but we should try to make it more engaging and more fun. In that way, we don't get bored, and we can learn and enjoy our journey of learning English. Now, I will move to the last topic, which is, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting, and why? Well, yes, there are lots of idioms which I found interesting, but recently I came across one idiom which I didn't know, that was down in the dumps, and which means to lose the temper. Oh, sorry, it means to feel low or sad, and the sentence would be that um, she I mean uh, she uh, she has been down in the dump since she lost her job. Yes, I'm done.
Okay, you explained it very well, every question, and you touched every aspect of the every question. And in the first question, why grammar is important. You mention about like grammar is important because when you use grammar, you make the grammatically correct sentence, and you have to make correct structure of the sentences. And another thing you mention about like uh, when you use correct grammar, you make the other person who is listening to you, and you convey the
Sahil,
message
speak louder.
clearly and properly when you use correct grammar. So I would request you, so I would tell you that in these type of questions, you have to be give examples. So like the example like that, the same message would pass to the other person while you are talking. That's why the grammar is important. For example, she went to school. We say she went to school instead of she she is going to school. So you can give examples like this. And in the next question, like uh, where you learn English other than this Telegram sessions, you said that I record my voice. Yes, it's a very good exercise. With this, you improve your pronunciation skills, and as well, you associate yourself with feelings and you know about your feelings. Another question is one idiom. You share one idiom that is down in the dumps, and you explain it very well with the formation of the sentence. That is, she has been down in the dump. So it was great. So thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank
Uh,
you so much for giving me opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ramya. Now let's move to the next participant. That is Jyots Jyotsana. Jyotsna. Is Jyotsna here? Okay. So if anybody would like to be participate in this session, then please
Yeah,
open the mic.
I want to.
Okay. Okay, Ram wanted to participate in this session. So you may start, Ram.
Okay. So,
You
good
know,
afternoon, everyone. The questions are regarding mastering English in daily life. And the first question is, do you think grammar is important for learning English? So, yeah, I believe that grammar is important in learning English because when we are trying to learn a new language, we require some rules, some regulations through which we can understand uh, how to frame a sentence, how to uh, avoid doing grammatical mistakes. And that's why grammar is important. But can we learn English without knowing the grammar? Yes, we can learn English without knowing the grammar. Think about your native language. Did your parents taught you what is the grammar of Hindi, what is the grammar of Tamil, or what is the grammar of Gujarati language before making you learn that? No, by observing others, how they are making sentences, how they are conveying their feelings to others, we learn our native language. The same way, without knowing accurate grammar, we can learn English. But to have a refinement, but to learn English in a less time, we need grammar. And if we are not aware of grammar, then we will do a lot of grammatical mistakes, and that is not good. That is not a proper learning. Now the second question is, how do you practice English outside the group sessions? These days I'm not practicing English outside the group because here I'm getting enough opportunity and enough exposure to learn and practice English. But when I was not in English learners, I used to practice speaking English with my sister, and it is within my friend circle. We used to organize a discussion on any political topic, and then we used to discuss on it. And that was a form of discussion which we used to do in school. my teacher used to force students to speak in English, and if they don't do that, there was a fine. But that was not that helpful. But practicing in this group and doing debates, etc., was very helpful in improving English. The third question is, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting and why? So, uh, the English phrase or English idiom which I like the most, I recently learned is uh, the lights are on, but nobody is home. What this idiom actually means? This idiom is actually means that you are physically present somewhere, but mentally you are not there. And that is the meaning of idiom. And I got to know when I was preparing for a topic on regarding Ladakh, and I just searched on internet some idioms regarding that, and there I got to know about this idiom, and it is really very funny that if I imagine myself like there is a home and the lights are on, and what is the use of the lights? The same way a person is there, he's talking to you, but he's not understanding what you are trying to say, and he's not getting anything. So there is no point of a person being there. So this is the idiom which I like the most. And in summing up, to summarize everything, my whole point is that yes, we can learn English without knowing proper grammar, but uh, having a proper understanding of grammar is very important to uh, have refinement in our English speaking skills. And we need to further, apart from grammar, we also need practicing it. We can do it in groups like English learners or with our friends. We can have a discussion on some beautiful topics. And while practicing our English, we can inculcate some English phrases, idioms, which um, which will refine our English. Like we can add some connectors, like in a nutshell, or some phrases like. English lack of English speaking skill is a tickling bomb or something like that. We can use it, and with that we will be able to improve our English. As a great person has said, the limit of my language means the limit of my world. By learning English, you will be limitless. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram, to participate, and you explain very well. You explain, and actually you touch the core demand of the topic, that is master in English daily life. In the first question, where you explain why grammar is important, and as well as you have give the counter argument of that question, that was really praisable, because everyone was answering the one aspect of the question, and you have also given the counter argument that yes, we can learn English without grammar. For that, we have to be speak with the regional speakers. And in the next question, like you said that you do discussion by taking the political topics, and that is a great exercise. As a side by side, you are improving English and as your knowledge with it. And in the idiom, that the idiom you have defined, that is light are on and nobody's there. That's a great idiom. We learn a lot of things from this idiom, and later on you concluded it very well, like we have to be keep practicing English, and there is no limit of practice. So thank you, Ram, to be participate.
And thank you, sir, and thank you, Vijay sir, also for giving me the feedback, and Sahil sir.
Okay, so let's move to the next participant, that is Sonia. Is Sonia there?
Yeah, Said, I'm here.
Okay, so how are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. And how? What about you?
I am also good. So do you know about the questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's start.
Yeah, thank you. First question: Do you think? First of all, good afternoon, everyone. First question: Do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? Yes, in my perspective, it is a key to fluent English. Without grammar, we can't make other persons understand what we want to say, and we can't convey our message properly. And if we don't know the rules of grammar, then the other persons will see what we are saying and they will not get anything what we are saying. So I think grammar is very important for learning English. Sometimes I have seen that some persons don't have the knowledge of tenses. At that time they want to say about the future, but they don't know for saying about the future they have to use the future tense, and they keep on saying their things in the present tense, and so they are not in this way make the other people understand what they want to convey the message. So I think grammar is very important. Another we also, if we want to say our point in the passive way and we keep on saying in the active voice, then it will create the mess. Many things, if we don't know the grammar, then we are not able to convey our message properly, and we are not able to converse properly, clearly. Second question: how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? Yeah, there are so many ways that I try to speak in English outside the group sessions. And then first way is that I try to uh, converse in English whenever I receive any call from the customer care of any TV or a fridge or any customer care. Then there comes the option, if you want to talk in English, etc. Then you can press accordingly. Then I try to speak in English at that time, so to improve my English and to build my confidence. And second thing, I try to watch every program with English subtitles, because when we watch these programs, there are the so many things which we are unable to speak in English, but we find the ready-made sentences from there, that how can we speak, convey our message in English in this way. Then third way is that I always try to use few lines of English while speaking with the normal people. This builds a lot of confidence that I can also speak in English. So these are the some ways that I try to improve my English outside the group sessions. Third question: can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting, and why? There are so many phrases or idioms that I find interesting, but I will talk about the all ears. That is the idiom which means that I am listening to someone carefully. For example, when I am listening to somebody, he asks me, "Do you know what I said?" Then I tell him or her that yes, I am all ears. You carry on. That's it from my side. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am, to participate in this grooming session. And you explained very well. You explained that why grammar is important. You said that grammar is important because it will pass the actual message to the listener while you are using correct grammatical sentences. And in the next question, I was very surprised to see, you said this thing earlier. I was expecting from the other person as well. You find the opportunity out of nowhere. You talk with customer care. That's a great thing. Yes, whenever we get these type of opportunity to talk with in English, you convert that opportunity and convert into a very useful way and get it. So you talk with customer care. That's very surprised to see it, and it's a great thing. And another, you have share one idiom that is all ears. It means that you are completely aware at the particular situation. So you have touched the topic. So I just want to give further advice to you. Whenever you come session like this, you have to be conclude the thing. As the person who have Ram said before, he concluded the session in a very well way. He not forget the theme. The theme is master in English daily life. So how all this thing helps you to be masters in daily life grammar, by focusing on the grammar and by talking other than group session and taking part in English speaking activities. So thank you, Sonny.
Thank you, sir. Next time I will be careful about these things.
Okay, so let's move to our next participant. That is Preet. Is Preet is there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What about you?
I am doing well as well. So, do you know about the question, Preet?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so yes, let's start with the
Mhm.
question.
Okay, I'll start by discussing the first question, which says, do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? So, yeah, I definitely say grammar is super important for learning English. You know, it's the backbone of the language. Without it, everything kind of falls apart. You can have a really good vocabulary, like a really advanced vocabulary, but if you don't know how to use it correctly, your ideas won't come across the way you want. I mean, imagine saying he going to school yesterday instead of he went to school yesterday. So the meaning's clear, but it doesn't sound right, does it? So yeah, grammar basically help you sound more natural, fluent and confident. For me personally, once I got comfortable with grammar, speaking became way easier. I didn't have to think too hard about forming sentences. They just flowed really naturally. They just started to flow. So it also gave me a sense of clarity and control over what I was saying. So, yeah, in conclusion, I definitely say grammar isn't just about being correct, it's about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. When you know the rules, you can actually bend them a little to make your speech sound more natural. So, yeah, grammar might seem boring at first, but it's honestly the key to sound like really polished and fluent in English. Second question is, how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? Okay, I'll answer this question okay on like the basis of my personality. So well, to be honest, I'm already good at speaking English. I'm quite comfortable with English, but these days I'm focusing more on polishing my British accent. So yeah, British accent and intonation patterns. So outside of sessions, I try to immerse myself in the language as much as possible. I usually listen to BBC like podcast, or I watch interviews of British speakers like Emma Watson and Tom. So because they have such a clear and elegant pronunciation, I often I shadow their speech. So I repeat after them, I match their rhythm and tone. Apart from that, I pay attention to connected speech. So this is a thing which native speakers do. So the things that they do, they link words or reduce sound naturally, like the basically the sound of R in the sentences. So in their speech, sometimes I even record myself speaking and listen back to notice the tiny details that could be improved. So yeah, I think at this stage, it's less about learning what to say and more about how to say it. Because, yeah, refining the sound, the flow, the natural melody of English. So, honestly, that process is quite fun and satisfying. And like these days, I'm just practicing that. So, proceeding with the last question, which says, can you share the English phrase or idiom which you find interesting and why? Okay, so as I have told earlier, I'm learning British accent. So while learning that, we have to learn British vocabulary and idioms also, which is a part of their language, the natural language they have. So yeah, that one British idiom I absolutely love is keep a stiff upper lip. So basically, it means staying calm, composed, and brave during difficult situations, not letting your emotions get better of you. I find it quite fascinating because it reflects the classic British attitude of maintaining dignity, self control, and no matter how tough the life gets, you have to have a self control in your life. You have to maintain your dignity. So, what makes this idiom special to me is its cultural depth actually. So, it originated during times when people were expected to hide their worries and face hardship with quiet strength. Sorry. And honestly, I really admire that mindset. Like it's about resilience, but in a very graceful and understandable way. So, which is this is my, you could say, favorite. This is my favorite, you could say, poetic or something which I really love. So yeah, personally, this phrase reminds me to handle challenges with poise, you can say. So for instance, when I face setbacks in my learning journey, or whenever something doesn't go as planned, instead of panicking or complaining, I try to keep a stiff upper lip. So I stay to calm, think logically, and move forward. So yeah, I also like how this idiom sound distinctly British. So it has that touch of elegance and emotional restraint that British communication often carries. So yes, I'd say this phrase not only enriches my vocabulary, but also shapes the way I approach life with quiet strength and confidence. That's it about my discussion for these questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening me keenly.
Thank you, Preet, to participate in this grooming session. You touch everything very well. You said about the grammar like it's the backbone of the language, and it's help it no matter how many vocabularies do you know, but if you're not able to frame in the correct sentence, then there would be no use of uh, grammar, and there would be no use of vocabulary. And in the second question, you mentioned that you are learning British accent, you are learning different accent to speak English in the way the native speakers speak of those languages. And I like the practice that what you do, like by record yourself and then try to replicate the same way that how the other person is, how the native speaker is speaking. So that's a great exercise. I think everybody should have to be do this exercise. And with the and the last question is about idiom. So you share with us one idiom that is keep up a stiff upper lip. It means to stay strong, calm during a difficult situation or a sad situation, not showing your emotion or fear. So we learn this idiom like whatever the situation is, we have to be persistent. So thank you, Preet, for all the wonderful information. And one more thing, Preet, you should have to be later on when you complete the session, you have to be come to the conclusion. Like you not have
Hmm.
to be go beyond the theme. Like you have answered the question, but you not touch the theme. That is master in English daily life. So you should have to be later, have to be say like this idiom, group session and grammar, master you, master your English in daily life. So thank you for this.
Okay.
Okay, so Preet is done. So who is our next participant is Kabir. Kabir, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so Kabir, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So
Mhm.
Kabir, do you know about the questions?
Yes, I'm aware about the questions.
Yes. So
Okay, so yeah, the first
start
question is
start please.
yes. Yeah, sure. The first question is do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? Okay, so yeah, this is one of the most common discussed questions in English language in English group discussions. Uh, like according to my experience, I believe yes, it's very important, but it's not like we need to learn complete grammar because grammar is itself an ocean and we cannot learn complete grammar. There are few concepts that are related to spoken English in which you learn how to form sentences because grammar is the architecture of English language. You must know how to form sentences. That's why we get stuck while speaking in between because we don't know the proper structure, how to use this structure here, and because a language is about situations, you get to speak different situations. So, for example, if we talk about conditional sentences, so it has six kind of situations. So, how to use grammar, which verb form in which kind of conditional sentence. So that what grammar teach you. So that is very important. So conditional is one of them, and then we learn causative sentences, causative verbs. Passive voice is very important, and models are very important because this is related to spoken English. So tenses are the backbone of grammar, so that is also very important. So these four five concepts are very important, I believe. And I've seen many people who say that we learned a native language without grammar, but the thing is, uh, that was our first language. If suppose Hindi is my language, native language, so that was my first language, and English is my second language. So in my childhood, my full focus was on learning Hindi only. Every time 24 by 7, I was speaking, listening, thinking, reading everything in Hindi, and I did not have any other work to do. But right now, our brain is entangled in two languages. Even we don't think in English, we think in our native language. So if you want to learn if you want to learn English without grammar, you have to speak, listen, read, write, think every time in English. So only then your brain can get that flow of English. Learning English is like boiling milk. You have to keep the flame on until the milk gets boiled. If you put it off in between, the milk can get hot, but it will not boil. Similarly with English, if you speak English and then Hindi, English, Hindi, so you can get that you can brush up your fluency, but you will not get that permanent fluency in your mind. So to get it, you have to be with those people who are fluent in this language, who are better than you, who are professionals. Because if an American wants to learn Hindi, he will not speak with native speakers of English who are learning Hindi. He will speak with us. So this is how our brain works. Whatever it listens to, and however it listens to, it grabs it. So if we listen to fluent uh, speakers, and speakers those who use good words, so we will become like that. That's why I believe grammar is important. It's one of the things, but yeah, speaking, listening, practice, and everything is important in English. So the second question is, how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? Honestly, I never like to discuss anything in group sessions for English, for the purpose of learning English, because I believe we don't get the chance to speak much. Everyone is speaking, and as I said, to learn a language, you need a flow, you need the focus. Otherwise, it's just for enjoyment only. So I like to have one-to-one meaningful conversations with whom I can learn something new with good fluent speakers, and I usually talk to myself because again the reason is same. I don't want to get interrupted in between. The flow is very important, and other than that, I have some applications, some platforms that I use. So many applications are there where I have taken paid subscriptions where we get one-to-one conversation. So there I like to speak. Can you share an English idiom or phrase that you find interesting, and why? There are so many English phrases and idioms that are very interesting, but one I can remember right now, the elephant in the room. It's kind of funny, like how can an elephant be in the room? It's so big. It may be in the hall, maybe. So it means there is a bigger problem which we are not focusing on. We know about it, but we are not focusing on that. We should talk about that issue. So, like you must have seen, like the guys, people are discussing something, but one person comes in between and saying that, "Hey, why are you talking about this? There is a bigger issue here. Means there is an elephant in the room." So that's what this idiom means. Thank you.
Thank you, Kabir. You explained very well. I love to listen your question, every question. In the first question you mentioned about like why grammar is important. You said that yes, not grammar is just sufficient. You should have other things also have to be do with other than
Your
grammar.
voice is not coming properly.
You said that grammar is not just sufficient. There are other things that we have to be do other than grammar, that is speaking, listening, writing. And you have said that in grammar we just have to be new only few things. Like you said about tenses, narration, voices. Only with these things, knowledge of few things, we can be a great speaker. And other than this, you said that grammar is like a ocean. It has so many rules, but for speaking, you just have to be required only few rules. And in the next question, you said about like group session. Group session was not as important as you mentioned it, and you are focusing on the flow. That's great. That's is very appreciable according to me, because most of the people here also you can see on the VCs come for the enjoyment, not took part in the session. It would be better if they take part in this grooming session and they would speak. They will improve it. As you explained it by yourself, that flow is important. That's what I like about uh, that answer, that what you have explained. And in the next, you have shared one idiom with us, that is the elephant in the room. Yes, it's obviously true. Most of the people are nowadays mostly talking about the small problem. They would not focus on the big problem. So I love all of your answer. So thank you, Kabir, to be take part in this session, and your answer were really very very different from all of the participants. That's great to see this type of answer. Thank you. So who is so our next participant is Bapa Paul. He there? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
I pronounce your name rightly, or I done any
Yes,
mistake?
yes. Bappa Pal.
It's Bappa Paul. Okay, so how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you, sir?
I'm great. So let's. So do you know about the question? Questions are in the chat box. You can see the questions from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so start answering the question. Start with the first question.
Okay, sir. So the
Keep
first
your
question is,
keep your answer brief, and wherever it would be required, give examples, and uh, try to answer all the question in 4 minutes.
definitely, sir. So the first question is, do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? Uh, as earlier, other speakers also said that grammar is important. Yes, I admit it, and I also agree with them. Grammar is most important for learning English. But at the same time, I can say, as the question is, do you think? So my perspective or my view is that as I am beginner to learn learn English, so I should not think too much about grammar, because there are mainly four pillars of learning any language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So the first is listening. We should listen more and more attentively. That's the first pillar. Second is speaking. So after listening, if we get the confidence, then we should speak more and more. So if I think too much about grammar, then I will not get that much confident to speak. But uh, forget about the grammar. We should speak more and more. uh, and one thing I want to add, that there are so many people who still who are very much I think we can say that there's often celebrities are making mistakes while speaking English. So how does that matters? Because your confidence matters. So if I think too much about grammar, then I will not get that much confidence. So I think that we should speak as a beginner, or we should speak more and more rather than focusing on grammar. Uh, and after a stage, or after some time, when we get confidence, we should think about, or we should learn grammar. because at that time grammar will be important. Because uh, I just want to take an example that uh, people often say that myself this and that. So myself is incorrect because it's a reflexive pronoun, and before reflexive pronoun there should be a personal pronoun like I, he, she, something. So there are so many people who start speaking with that pronoun, that myself this and that. So this is incorrect, but it's actually going on, and we accept it. So that's the thing I just want to say, that grammar is important, but for beginners, it's not that much important. We should focus speaking more and more. Second question is, how do you practice speaking English outside the group sessions? So in my case, earlier I have a few friends with whom I used to speak English, but now all are engaged with works, and also I don't get that much time to speak with them. So I just I just speak with myself, and sometime in front of mirror I just speak and express my views. And the third question is, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting, and why? Uh, Recently, I read a beautiful English phrase which is holier than thou attitude. So, actually, when I experienced it, there are people who think actually its meaning is someone who think that he or she is superior than others. So in our surrounding, there are so many people who think that they are superior, they know everything. So the meaning of this phrase "holier than thou" means superior. So that's it, sir, from my side.
Thank you, Paul. Um, you answered the questions very well. You have answered all the three questions. In the first question, you mentioned that yes, grammar is important, but it's not as important. That is your viewpoint. And you said that first we have to be learn speaking somehow, somehow, some amount, and then later we shift to the grammar. Yes, it's correct. There are different methods for learning the different things, but I would like to be recommend you that grammar is very important. You should have to be give focus on the grammar, because without grammar we're not able to frame the sentence and not able to understand that what the other person is saying to us, and not able to read books as well. So it's important to learn the grammar so that we can exactly know the uh, uh, correct framework of the sentence, and clear the what the sentence we are learning it. And in the next, you have said that yeah, other than group session, you do mirror practice with yourself. That's a great practice. Uh, I think everyone have to be see themselves while speaking, so they would understand that what they are saying and how they are pronouncing the thing. And the idioms you shared, it was holy, holy. It was holy attitude, means
Holier
behaving
than thou attitude, sir.
holy and thou attitude. Okay. Okay. So what was the meaning of it?
Being superior to others, I think.
Okay, being superior to others. So why you find this idiom interesting?
Uh, Actually, sir, we often see that in our surroundings there are people who, there are some people, not everyone, but few people, they always show off that they are actually no, they are everything. They know everything, and they always want to feel us that actually no, they are superior. And I know some people. That's why, sir, I found this idiom interesting.
Okay. Hope so you are not one of them. That's why you are feeling that this idiom sound interesting to you. Okay.
Not, sir, not at all, sir.
Okay, okay, no issue. Okay, so our next participant is Sujit. Is Sujit is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Sujit, how are you?
I'm doing well. And what about you?
Yes, I am also doing well, Sujit. So, do you know about the questions?
Yes, yes, I.
Okay, so you can start, Sujit.
Okay, so I'm talking about the first question. Do you think grammar is important for learning English? If yes, then why? So, in my point of view, I feel that it is very much important because, like, first reason is that because we stay in a place where people generally don't speak this language, and it is very difficult to learn it without knowing the rules and the regulation of that particular language. So when you learn this language and when you learn the grammatical rules, then it helps you to learn it very fastly. This is why. And the second thing I feel, it gives you clarity, not while speaking, but also when you read books, then you can easily understand the things when you are quite good at grammar. But when you don't know grammar, you can sometimes misunderstand the things. So that is why grammar is very important. And the second question is, how do you practice speaking English outside the groups? I generally talk to some of my friends. I rarely join group, and like I really like talking to people where I have not to wait. I always get a chance to speak. So most of the time I talk to my friends personally, and apart from that, when I find that some of the people are talking on a topic, then I also take part there on a group. And the third one is, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting and why? So yesterday I learned an idiom that was like, style, stick to your goals, stick to your uh, that means like you are not ready to accept the thing, like you are not ready to confess to people that I am wrong or right, like whether you are wrong or right, but you are not ready to confess to people. You have a kind of ideology that you are carrying with yourself. So this is what I am done with my answers.
Your voice is not coming when you was answering the third question. So, can you repeat it again? Which idiom
Okay.
and why it's interesting for you?
The idiom is stick to your gun, means like uh, you are not ready to confess to people that uh, you have a kind of ideology that you carry with yourself, but whether you are right or wrong, but you are not ready to confess to people. Like it's a kind of fixed mindset that you have. So it is like that. I'm done with my
Okay,
answer.
okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sujit, to participate in this grooming session. So, you explain like grammar is important because when we have the knowledge of the grammar, we learn the things fastly. Whatever we listen, we get know about the things that what the other speaker is telling to us. And whenever we have the knowledge of the grammar, we grasp the things easily from everywhere. And the next question is like you practice speaking English with your friends other than the group session. And the idiom that you explained to us, share with us, is stick to gun. Means to means to do not give up what you do what you believe is right and stand strong. Do not change your decision easily. So I would say that whenever you practice next time, just include some examples in it. Like you can use idioms in a sentence. It's like that when everyone told him to, for example, everyone told him to quit, but he stuck to his guns and finished the work. So you can use the idioms in the sentences. So thank you, Sujit, to participate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so our next participant is Vijay sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, just call me Vijay. Don't call me sir. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
fine. Doing fine. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
day is going well, sir.
Glad to know.
Okay, so you know about the question, sir?
Yeah, I know about the question. I'll be as crisp as possible. Uh, do you think grammar is important for learning English? Uh, yes, grammar is very much important because it helps us express our thoughts in a clear and correct way. It's the backbone of English, I would say. Not only English, it's the backbone of any language. When we understand grammar, we get to form sentences which could be easily understandable for all the people, as well as it gives us confidence to speak in public. And communication is all about making people understand what you're thinking. The learning a language without grammar uh, is not the it will not fulfill the purpose of the language, learning the language. So I think grammar is very much essential. It also builds confidence while speaking and writing because we know we are using the language correctly. So as much as learning grammar, learning 100% grammar, I don't know whether anyone can achieve that, but we have to learn continuously how much we learn. I mean, how much of it is possible. So that's the thing. Second question is, how do you practice speaking English? Outside of the group sessions, outside of the group sessions, I get to attend a lot of meetings outside Tamil Nadu as well, where I'm from. So I used to speak in English wherever I go to the meetings, and with my friends whenever it is possible. I have friends who are not Indians as well, so with them I usually speak in English. Mm, Sometimes I watch English movies and short videos and try to repeat the sentences to improve my pronunciation. I used to do that before, but not now. But I watch a lot of web series and movies, which increases my English speaking, I guess. Third question would be, can you share an English phrase or idiom that you find interesting and why? Okay. Burning the candle at both ends. Burning the candle at both ends. Someone said this to me a couple of weeks back as I was working tirelessly, and that person actually said me this thing. It's like you are working extremely hard and using your energy, draining your energy. Using your energy, meanwhile, it drains very fast. That means the candle, it creates a virtual image to you how a candle can melt fastly when it's lit in both ends. That is how our energy gets drained if we get engaged in a lot of activities in the same time. So that's the meaning. And thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Vijay sir. You answered the question, every question. In first question, you mentioned that grammar is very important. It's not just important for the English language, but it is important for every language. Whatever the language you learn, where there is necessity to first to learn the language, learn the grammar. And in the next question, you said that you do lot of meetings, so you do practice of speaking other than the group sessions there. And the idioms that you shared with us is like burning the candle with both the sides. It means, so what do you want to say, sir? Like we have to burn the candle only from the one end? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want me to repeat that? Burning the candle at both ends. Burning the candle at both ends.
Okay.
I'll type that.
So it's a positive idiom, or do you sound it negative? Like doing too much
Um,
work activity
yes,
without enough rest is a positive thing for you or a negative thing?
it's a negative thing. Not negative or positive. That's the aftermath of if you are engaged in a lot of activities at the same time. Your energy will get drained.
Okay, okay.
If you do
That's why you found
multitasking,
Okay. So why you
No,
find this idiom very interesting? Why?
because I get free after a while, after 8, 9 o'clock in the night times, I get free, but I don't get energy to make something planning or anything useful activities. I don't get myself involved in useful activities. I just stay in Telegram, speak to people, and just make normal conversation and leave. And whenever it is planning or something, I postpone that thing often. I used to postpone the thing often. So my friends used to ask me this thing, why you are not doing it? Why you are not doing it after 9 o'clock? You are free. You are online for 3, 4 hours, 3 hours after 9 o'clock. Why you are not doing that? I used to say, I'm tired. I'm busy. I was busy in the daytime. I'm tired. I'm relaxing now, something like that. So they were like, yes, but you are online. You're texting people. You're speaking to people because I'm spending my energy here, but the energy isn't up to the mark to do the planning and stuff. The energy isn't that great. So it's all because of the multitasking activities which I do in the daytime, because of which I'm losing more energy. Instead of doing 2 activities in 4 hours, I can do 2 activities in 6 hours, 7 hours. Still, I can get more energy after 9 o'clock also. It drains more if I do both activities at the same time. If I split and do, still I would have more time. Even the remaining time, I would make it useful. The energy would be intact. It won't drain as much as it gets drained when I do the multitasking.
Okay. So, sir, one suggestion: next time whenever your friend will ask from you, then you have to be reply like that. I have already burned the candle both times, so they will no longer disturb you.
Okay.
So let's see who is our next participant. Hana. Is Hana is there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so Hana, how are you?
I'm fit as a fiddle. Thanks for asking. What about you, sir?
I am fit. So do you know about the question?
Yeah, the question has already been dropped in the chat box, right?
Yep. So
So, can
you
I
may
start?
start answering the question.
Sure.
Yes, please.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today to talk about mastering English in our daily life. I believe learning is a language. Uh, learning a language. Sorry. I believe learning a language is more modern memorizing words or rules. It's about expressing ourselves clearly, connect with others, and opening new opportunities in life. So let's explore today's question together one by one. Number one, do you think grammar is important for learning English? Yeah, I truly believe grammar is very important because it's not just about rules on paper. Uh, Grammar is like the skeleton of a language. It gives structure to our thoughts and makes our communication clear. So, for example, uh, you're trying to tell someone about your day and say he go school yesterday, so it sounds confusion. It sounds confusing, right? But if you say he went school yesterday, so everyone instantly understands. And a grammar also helps us express complex ideas confidently, like talking about dreams, plans, or feelings. Without grammar, our sentences can lose meaning. Yeah, can lose meaning, and people might misunderstand us. I remember when I first started speaking English, Using correct tenses made me feel more confident and respected. So I forgot the poet, the author name. Once he said, the limits of my language means the limits of my world. So learning grammar expands the boundaries of what we can say, and in turn, the boundaries of our life. Now that we see how grammar gives us structure, the next question is about practice outside the classroom, because real growth happens when we use English in our daily lives, right? So number two question is, how do you practice speaking English outside of the group sessions? So I try to use English in simple ways every day. One method I love to do, like I usually do, is talking to myself, describing my daily activities, like I'm cooking dinner, I'm making my food, like I'm reading book. So the aroma smells wonderful, or I'm cleaning my room carefully today. So it might feel a little strange initially, but it trains my brain to think it English naturally. So I also watch English shows, listen to podcasts, or read aloud from books. And when I learn new phrase or idiom, I try to use it in conversation with friends or even in my thoughts. Sometimes, mistakes are normal. They are not a failure, but lessons, right? So I remember once I used the wrong tense in a conversation, and my friend gently corrected me. That moment, stuck with me and helped me improve. So practicing like this daily life is like watering a plant. The more consistent we are, the stronger our English grows and flows naturally in our speech. So speaking of phrases, there's one idiom I love that connects beautifully to both language learning and life experiences. So one of my favorite idioms is idioms is, every cloud has a silver lining. It's a beautiful reminder that even in difficult times, there is always hope or a lesson to learn. For instance, if someone fails an exam, it can feel discouraging, but it also shows where improvement is needed. So that failure becomes a guide to grow stronger. And this idiom teaches resilience and optimism, which can apply to language learning too, right? So when I make mistakes while speaking English, instead of feeling discouraged, I remind myself that each mistake is a small lesson, helping me improve. So using idiom like this in daily speech, adds life and depth to our language and makes our communication more engaging and expressive. So in the end of the day, I would like to say learning English is a journey of expression, connection, and growth. Grammar gives us structure, daily practice builds confidence, and idioms give our language life and meaning. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you for this privileged opportunity.
Thank you, Hannah. Mm, you explained it very well. You explained every question. You explained that why grammar is important. You explained that if we don't have the knowledge of grammar, it creates misunderstanding among the people. As you have shared one example with us, that is about like he goes to school yesterday. Instead of that, uh, we have to be used. He went to school, and other than the and about the next question, uh, where you practice other than the group session. You share your experience like you practice in the podcast and you replicate the same thing. That was also uh, great. Uh, Everyone have to replicate the things whatever they are listening. So it helps in pronunciation. And the idiom you share is what was the idiom? It was like something like that. Yes, every cloud has a silver line. Uh, it means that something good can be come out of every bad and difficult situation. And you concluded it very well. And you have also shared that why you have liked this idiom and why this idiom sounds interesting to you. Because we have to be always look at positive things, even in the negative things. So thank you, Hannah. And I think all the participants hit over who have registered. So if anybody would like to be participate, or should I have to be concluded the thing? Is there anyone who would like to participate in this grooming session? Okay, so no one. So let's conclude it. So as far as the first question confined is like why grammar is important. Yes, grammar is very important, and most of the users, most of the participants have explained it very well. And from all this, from all the experience, from all the things and whatever the things other participants have shared, by concluding this all, I reached up to the conclusion that yes, grammar is very important, but some participant also said like this that without grammar we also have to be learn English. Yes, there are different methods as well. So we learn English without grammar because we learn Hindi without even knowing the rules of the grammar, and sometimes we speak better Hindi without even knowing the rules of the grammar. So both the things are correct, and learning English other than the group session, it would be there are many different ways. Group session is one of the things. You are using group session is very good thing. You are interacting with different people here. So if you are learning English other than group session, make sure that you will improve following things in the speaking, that is pronunciation, speaking, fluency. You can use any method. Every method is good. It's up to your convenience, that which is best one. And idioms are very interesting. Idioms make our life very fun. Idioms, without idioms, we would not have any fun in our life. So idioms are very interesting and it's beautiful that makes the language very beautiful. So that is all about. So about my viewpoints and the participants' viewpoint, and I concluded it over there. So is there anyone who would like to be concluded? Or is there anyone who want to be conclude this session? Hello, am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, okay. So Samira ma'am, hello, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, okay. You want me to end the recording or what?
Okay, okay. Let's see, is
No,
there
you need.
anyone who
Okay.
wanted to be participate? Is there anyone who want to participate?
Sam is texting the chat.
Okay. I think nobody is willing to participate. Let's end up the session. So thank you everyone to be take part in this session. It was really a joyful talking with all of you and all the participants. And hopefully you would join the session again and again, and we will grow together. So thank you everyone. Best wishes for you from my side. Thank you. Sir, you can stop the recording.